Good evening. This is the Wednesday, November 6th Planning Commission meeting. Can we have roll call, please?
Planning Commissioners Astorian, Landrigan,
Present.
Lee,
Here.
Manukian,
Here.
and Chairperson Yesayan.
Here. Can we have a report regarding posting of the agenda, please?
The agenda for this meeting was posted on Wednesday, October 30, 2013, on the bulletin board outside City Hall and on the city's website.
Thank you. Will everyone please stand and repeat after me the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Approval of the minutes.
Move approval.
We have a second?
Second.
Great. We don't need to do roll call, so we'll move on. Oral communication, we have no cards. Zoning appeals number 6, we have no item. Item 7, planning commission items, no old business. We have a new business item, number 1, subdivision of land tentative tract number 72117. This is continued from October the 2nd and the 16th. Can we have a staff report, please?
Mr. Chairman, members of the Commission, the applicant has requested that this item be continued to a date uncertain, and they have waived their the Subdivision Map Act time limits. So we are recommending that you continue this item to a date uncertain pending new noticing for whenever that hearing might be.
I move.
Before you move, I have a question.
Okay.
What does waiving of time limit for subdivision map act mean?
There are certain time limits under which the city has to take action on various subdivision map act items like tentative maps, condominium maps. By the applicant waiving their rights to that, to those time limits, it removes any threat that the city might be forced to take action on this item.
Okay.
So we are free to continue it to any time in the future.
If I might add, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission, the waiver is in writing, which is one of the requirements of the Subdivision Map Act, because there are certain deemed approved requirements, either to approve, conditionally approve, or deny a map. There's an expectation by applicants that maps be approved within a certain time frame following the completion of the environmental review. And in recognition of that and the actions of the City Council, it would be appropriate to avoid the confusion, as Mr. Hamilton noted, to have them waive those time limits specifically in writing in recognition that those time limits would otherwise apply, so that there is the flexibility for this project to redesign itself or to move forward in an appropriate manner.
And this is largely in response to the fact that Council last night denied the design review application. Many of the materials that we might have considered aren't available, so they're going to be working on an alternative.
That was a question that I was going to ask, tied to the project design, and I guess it is. Yeah.
May I ask one more question? Just for information, so fees that were applied at the time of this application, are they in effect continued
What we've
to a date uncertain also?
What we've told the applicant is that if they change the number of units on the tentative map from the 30 that was part of this application, they will have to pay a new set of fees for a new round of reviews for that new map application. If somehow they are able to redesign the project in a way consistent with what Council directed last night and keep the 30 units, then it's possible we might not need a new set of fees and we might be able to reuse the map that was previously submitted. We won't know that yet. We just don't know. But they've been advised they may be subject to new fees.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Any other questions? Motion?
I move that we continue the file tentative track number 72117 for a 30-unit townhouse style condominium to a date uncertain, subject to new noticing and redesign.
Thank you. Can we have a second?
I second.
Great. Roll call, please.
Planning Commissioners Landrigan,
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Manukian,
Aye.
and Chairperson Yesayan.
Aye. Thanks. Item number 8, Community Development Department updates.
On November 19th, the City Council is scheduled to hear the package of zoning code and Glendale Municipal Code amendments that comprise a planning permit process streamlining efforts that this commission reviewed.
Great. Anything else? About you want to mention the community event that's happening?
Oh, yeah, thank you. On Saturday, November 16th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be, I don't know the title of it, but there will be Fall Festival. Thank you. So I'm sure you all know what that means. And we will be seeking input as part of our South Glendale Community Plan work. And there will be a lot of very different types of outreach than what we normally do. This follows up on our previous effort called, it was called Food and Films at the Track, where we,
The train station.
at the train station, right, where we got we got 200 people turning out, which is, a pretty good showing for a planning workshop. 157 of those people completed a survey and turned it in. So we were really well pleased with that. And really, what was probably most intriguing is that of all those several hundred people we saw, we only recognized 2 faces. So we were really successful in reaching
one
out
of
to
them?
it. Yes, in our,
Were we the only 2 faces you recognized?
you and Margaret Hammond, right? So it was very successful in reaching audiences that we don't usually get to, which we were thrilled about.
Oh, good.
It was
Bravo.
very well done, and I look forward to this next one. Could you send? Will we get an email so a full commission
Sure.
knows it? Great. Anything else?
No.
Comments from commissioners? No. I do want to mention the development on Duran and Central that we had recommended with comments went up to City Council last night, and I was there and I provided some of the comments that we had said and why we gave those suggestions. So I want to let the commission know so they know what happened. But the council ultimately approved the project. Our comments were not included as part of it. So that's it.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Can we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Great. Thank you.
Second.
Second.